Love matters. Love is important. Love is central to our identity, central to our relationships with other people. Love is what makes the world go round, to paraphrase there. But not enough people were actually talking about lovable cities. And I was traveling around and I was seeing a lot of cities, and I was meeting a lot of people who were doing things not because they were paid to, but because they had this emotional connection with their place, because they loved their city.
The Love of Cities tour was our network's experiment with this concept that we should talk directly about love. That there is an emotional infrastructure as well as an infrastructure that supports a city and a community. We are humans working in government. We are serving humans, and we wanted to express and capitalize on that creative energy, those ineffable human qualities that make us what we are, that make each community and each person unique.
When I talk to city officials, I'm talking to them about the unique role that they play in setting the table to allow for more citizen engagement. And when we invite people into the process to be creative and think creatively about their city, they're going to come up with some stuff that's like, oh, I wasn't quite sure about that. But in the end, I think you're going to be happy because you're going to have some new energy, some new excitement, new people in the game working with you as the official folks.
We have been asking ourselves, every bill we pass, every resolution we do, every budget we approve, where's the fun? We all ask ourselves, where's the fun? Peter's had a tremendous influence on our community.
Every place that we went, we had amazing turnout. City employees got together and tried to answer the question, what makes our city unique? And Peter really challenged us to think of small things that would make a big difference. So we capped it at like $500. If you had $500 to make your city awesome, what would you do? And people had terrific ideas.
The $500 project yesterday is an effort that plays off of Seattle's Rainworks project. In Seattle, of course, they're putting an application on sidewalks that only shows up with messages when it rains. In Sequim, we often get complaints about raining in Sequim because our motto is Sunny Sequim, and that often happens at the Visitor Information Center. So what we've decided to do is paint sunshine everywhere. So we're going to have a whole bunch of different emblem sunshines throughout our community on sidewalks and in other places as our response to Seattle's effort, as well as something that expresses our love of our sunshine.
I think the thing that I've been encouraged by what he said today, at least, is this idea of looking for small projects and pilot things, so really kind of take chances. One of the things that I think we're going to really work on, we had a school teacher come to us with the idea of a mosaic art that each student would come and put together a little piece of glass that will create this large kind of 40-foot owl we'll put on the side of a building. And so we're anxious to kind of see if that can come to play. I think it'll be something that does everything that Peter wants to do: galvanize the community, create a real statement, and give people something to love.
What resonates with me is how easy it is, how people can just take an idea and run with it if they're given permission to do so or given the opportunity to do so.
Probably the biggest thing that I got out of it was the fact that government employees can play a role in making a city fun and enjoyable, and he makes a good point in that we tend to focus on the nuts and bolts of the city's environment instead of the enjoyable things.
We do a lot of really good things for our community and for citizens, but we don't necessarily think of it as love notes. We think of it as like that's our job, that's what we're supposed to do. And I think if you think about it as love notes, you do it with a different intent. You know, you know how they say you can like cook food and you could tell if somebody was doing it with love or if they were just making you something to eat. And so it's kind of that same thing, like with the work we're doing in the city and working through this plan and taking the citizens' words and then turning it into actionable actions. If we can like mix in that love, then we're going to get that love back, and there's going to be that give and take between us and the citizens that I think is really going to be exciting to see it kind of unfold.
Start small. The little things absolutely matter, and the little things you can do in a weekend as opposed to forming a committee and having to raise money. No, go to Home Depot, buy the stuff yourself, get some friends, go make it happen.